I'm looking for a blockhead. In my white tee, I break a bitch, and I keep a big bank. Why they like that? Before I leave the house, you know, feels on the beat, and I'm hot in a blank. Tell a nigga really listen to the lean with it, and let it rock with it. And if you got a she got a sucker car with it. Ain't gonna rock with it, rock with it, lean with it. So damn hard, you pick a string with it. Get it, jeans with it, jeans with it, green with it, green in the spot, ain't plus, watch me make your face beat up my hands. Watch me make your face beat up my hands. Beat up my hands. And my pills stick in my pants. I'm in no tunnel on the floor. They screaming, nigga, tell man. Get on your arms, on your ass, put in rotation. Take your eyes, this side is like you. I'm all out of state. Doing the dance, they never seen that. I ain't fat Joe, but snap your fingers, then you lean back. Lean back. I ain't fat Joe, but snap your fingers, then you lean back.
The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. Only the strong of mind and body will again reunite as whole. Minds or bodies hurt beyond repair.
I can see why you would all strive for that.
If you think you are tired of your everyday mundane works, then let the robots take over your job.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack.
Amazon acknowledging a malfunction that's causing Alexa devices to just start laughing without prompting.
I hope robots and people can both get much smarter and run the world better than ever.
exist. But when a dog is humping them, they can't resist. They never will admit it, but they know that it's true. It's just a thing that every white girl loves to do, yeah. White girls fuck dogs. They fuck them. White girls fuck dogs.
Somebody help!
You won't get away with... Stop right there, criminal scum!
I'm gonna turn this down a bit. We're still at the introing. I'm fired up the stream. We're gonna wait a second, so anybody that can join will join in the beginning. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up, Metal Skull? How you doing? Audio sounds okay. So what is it? Oh, so this is just crazy people in public. You know, these these New Day compilations don't. Oh, they fell. I tried to run from police. And Mr. Hairnet right there. But as I was saying about these compilations, these new compilations, like the modern ones, don't touch anything that the old cringe compilations of like 10 years ago on YouTube. Those cringe comps dominated the world.
You are trying to get everything and know everything, so respectfully, love you. Sorry.
All right.
Whoa,
Well,
what?
Girl.
How do you know everything?
No, I ain't gonna let you know I know everything. Don't need to know everything because you are trying to get everything and know everything, so respectfully, love you. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm just finished bringing you out, ma'am. To take the voodoo spell off the clothes. And what does that do?
I know how to do everything. I know how to get all the magic. I know how to erase
Dude.
I know how to do everything. I'm not gonna do it. I know how to contain my shit. Nobody else knows how to. Like,
I think I watched this on the stream before.
Try to twirl me and try to kill me and I'm sitting here trying to.
We won't be watching videos the whole stream. This is just the intro, you know, because this is a stream where I tell not my life story, but many stories from my life and game drama and other shit. Lolcow, King Cobra, you know.
Me literally and get my magic and literally killing me, and I still don't I'm still just sitting here and everybody's just twirling me and still taking it.
Did Noel already stream today? Okay, yeah, he did.
And then they get mad because they all start with their
I was about to say, is he about to stream now? Alright. I'm gonna turn this real quick. This is a nice something to vibe to. I gotta post the stream.
I haven't got all day, you know. About time.
Far I have traveled to bring you these fine goods. Come and see what I offer.
Dude, you know, a lot of the YouTube shorts I watch are cat videos. Like, I swear. We'll get into that. Alright, cool. That's good that he streamed earlier then. That's what I was hoping for. I like this. I like these edits. Oh shit. Wrong window. Alright, so I'm gonna post this so we can get started.
I wish this rain would stop.
See, I would like to figure out how to do this kind of cropping on videos. Like, to outline somebody, to cut someone out. I know we have the AI and technology today to do it easy. But I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, because there's a lot of videos. Like, my videos could be better if I can overlay random memes and stuff. But it's impossible to take one of these videos, cut the moving thing. I can do it if it's a picture, but if it's a video and it moves, I don't know how to snip these fuckers out. Man, Skooma must be fun to be on with these videos. But what is the Merv the cat? I watched this cat on YouTube.
What do you want, goblin meat?
We'll watch one of their videos in a second. This is so good. All right, so Merv the cat. So this is the cat video I watch.
Merv, are you watching Charles?
So this cat is able to respond, it seems like, to everything its human says. And it's so funny because it's full-blown conversations. It's interesting. And there's like side lore and stuff.
Okay.
What are you doing? Oh, what did Charles bring you?
Oh, butterflies?
Butterflies. Okay, tell us more.
See, like, they grumbling, Charles and Butterflams.
Do you ever just look at...
Spit. Merv. Merv, spit, spit.
Alright, we're gonna go back. One more cat video. You gotta get the Wilburger Skooma effects mod for your game so it has really cool effects instead of vanilla. I considered playing Oblivion. Or no, it was... yeah. Wait. No, Skyrim. I don't know why I thought Oblivion was the most recent game. Skyrim. I thought about playing Skyrim again, but I wouldn't be able to do videos on the channel because this channel is focused on like shining light to the non-AAA, the non-already known, popular, established games. I like to show people new stuff, but this cat talks is my point.
Williams. I love you. Mervyn
And you can argue that this cat is just mimicking what it's hearing and stuff, but watching these videos, this cat just sounds like it responds the correct way. Based on context and everything.
Merv, Mama's washing your underpants.
No.
Merv, we have to go to Ohio. Merv, you gotta go.
It's not far away.
See, it's like, you're lying, no Ohio. This cat's so funny. And it's in love with the people's gardener. So every time the gardener's at work, this cat like freaks out and runs to the window.
No. Merv, don't eat her wig.
The magic effect, sound effect was from Morrowind though. I got you. But this was Merv the cat. Just a side note because of the Skooma cat video. But it's just us starting out here. How are you, Metal Skull? Potion spells and enchanted items all make that sound. Oh, what up, kid? Yeah, Bagagua. What's up, kitty? How you doing? Ready to hear about how I was a scumbag? Oh yeah, we are not starting just yet because I got one more thing I gotta do. I gotta close the Discord and run Steam. So instead of my normal playthrough streams or like my normal gaming videos, that is not the right screen. What the hell, dude? But instead of the normal stuff, I actually am going to be playing Project Gorgon, but not like doing commentary on the video. I'm going to be telling the stories, chatting with you guys, talking about some gamer stuff I've been a part of, witnessed, heard about. And then we can get into Lolcows. Because obviously there's some significant news with King Cobra. With his passing and all. Hold on, I gotta... You can hear the game already. I gotta... unfull screen, then full screen. I unfull screen, drag to the second monitor, then I full screen. And I hope you guys are going to help me with the sound. If it's too loud, I can turn it down so you can hear me. Oh no, music stays up. We'll stay at 40. Sound effects can drop. There we go. Alright, let's go back to chat. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been having not really a tough time. Like, you can call it a tough time. Alright, log out. Alright, let's fuck the whole stream up because you forgot what you were doing. Display capture window. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hold on. Right click, transform, fit to screen. All right, just making sure this thing fits. Red's at work. Well, you know, that's good that he's working. Yeah, I seem to notice if I'm in the daytime, you're here. If it's nighttime, Red stops by. But either way, you are both more than welcome. Well, let me get started in Project Gorgon. I don't think you guys are much gamers, but this is like an old school style MMORPG. It's like a modern EverQuest, but there's no PvP. And you don't drop all your loot when you die. But I gotta make a new character for this stream. But I've been gaming. It's crazy. The whole Sorcerer channel and the dive into RPGs and MMOs and stuff, that's all new. Like, I didn't get into RPGs until like 2018, 2019. And it's very funny because, like, I'm very knowledgeable on this genre now. I've played a lot of games. I could talk about it for a long time, even though it's more newer. Like, you know, me playing these types of games. Alright, so I'm doing an elf. I mean, this game is old school, so picking a lady character doesn't mean shit. Because you don't really got much to look at. Sorcerer. Wait, hold on. You know what? theRealm. Yeah. The Sorcerer YT. There we go. Male character, because men are better. Alright, so let's look through these hairs real quick. I gotta make my character before we get started, or I'll never be able to talk and tell a story. But what have you been up to, kitty? Anything interesting in your life? Metal Skull, what have you been up to? So, these are hags. Crones. No, these are crones. These are crones. And they're wiping my memory away. Alright. Oh, what up, Lobster? I see that you said you were busy, but I didn't read the whole thing because I was in the middle of getting on the, getting the stream ready. All right, so as I said before, Lobster, before you came in here, I'm going to be playing a game, but I'm not going to commentate and discuss this game like I do normally. This is all storytelling. Oh, let me get rid of the intro on the screen and enjoy the stripper. I'm being hit. I'm being hit. Oh God. Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought someone was hitting me. Alright, anyway, so I've been gaming most of my life. Like, yeah, I would say most of my life. And shit. Not really, just living life, cooking, lots of cooking. What do you like cooking? Oh, not what do you like cooking. What are you cooking, I should ask. You're working, playing your games, modding Skyrim. Smoking copious amounts of weed. Hey, that's what's up. Lobster, what were you doing again? I know you posted it in the Discord, but... Huh. Anyways. Oh, no. I don't have anything equipped. Alright, so... You know, where he's finishing up redoing brakes. Oh, that's right. I remember now. You said you're not a mechanic, so any mechanical work takes a long time for you. I'm starting to recall what you said. Yeah, I don't know anything about vehicles. Like, I make car brakes as a job, and I don't know shit about cars. Mexican food? Oh! White people are... Casseroles are white people food. And I have that, like, I have part of my family is that kind of white person that will make atrocious casseroles. Like, just putting a whole bunch of old fridge food together. Oh, God. I bet your casseroles taste good. I'm not judging you or judging the casseroles. I personally I got turned off of casseroles, you know? But Mexican food rocks. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. Actually, since this stream's about me opening up a little bit, sharing my life, some of my life, I have an illegal Mexican in my family as an uncle. And I don't say that like, fucking illegal, but as in like, I will kill for that guy. That guy is such a kind-hearted man. I guess you weren't dead. Welcome to hell. Who are you? Red loves them. Of course. Of course Red would like casseroles. He seems like a casserole kind of guy. Like I said, not judging. I just got turned off from them because my family gave me white casserole. And when I say white casserole, I mean the kind with like mayonnaise and peas or like an overabundance of gross tasting green beans. Like, I like green beans too, but they ruin it, man, somehow. And if it's creamy, I don't want it. Or is that how you got here? Oh, come on, can I end this conversation? Alright, anyways. Red loves. Getting back to my roots, remembering the wonderful women who taught me how to cook. That's awesome. I like that. It's sentimental. Alright, so seems like I'm gonna have to start killing stuff with my hands because I don't got a fucking sword. Yeah, alright. So it seems like I'm kicking to death. Those are super different things. Trailer level castles are a pass, thank you very much. I got what you're saying. You know lasagna's a casserole and enchiladas are a casserole, right? I didn't know they were a casserole. But, see, that's not sold to me and given to me as a casserole. Much like the things I'm referring to where it's just a bunch of slop put together. Which could taste good. But I just can't fuck with it. But I do fuck with lasagna, only if it's homemade. Or from the restaurant. Because for some reason, restaurants just know how to crisp the cheese up, but not burn the sucker. The efforter. Crab stuffed portobello caps. See, you guys are eating good food. Like, when Kitty says casserole, for some reason, it just seems like it's completely different than what I'm thinking of. And I'm missing out on this. Shepherd's pie. Alright, that's a fucking Brit thing, ain't it? I don't want to have meat in my pie. Unless I'm putting meat in someone's pie. Oh my god! They're killing me! I'm literally punching things to death. But that just shows you how much of a badass I am. Even in video games, I'm kicking ass. Oh god, I'm about to die. Oh, I'm dead! Oh, fuck! It should be. I usually make crab cakes and stuffed cats pretty often, but it's been a while. Oh, man. See, I had King's Hawaiians, like the sweet Hawaiian rolls for dinner. I had a couple of those stuffed with slow cooker made mac and cheese, like made with the crock pot. Mac and cheese made with a crock pot will change your life if you shred your own cheese for it. It's just meat, potatoes with some veggies. It's great. Yeah, but see, I don't, for some reason my brain's having a hard time accepting pie crust and meat together, which I'm pretty sure it's no different than a biscuit and meat, but for some reason my brain can't compute. But I'm also, like, what I normally eat on a daily basis is kind of autistic. Because some of it's, like, high effort, and some of it will be, like, super low effort. Like, dude, you should be eating that, make better food, but, you know, I love me steak and kidney pie if done right. So, is that, like, the steak that's cooked in, like, that sloppy brown gravy? Like, see, when I think of a shepherd's pie, I think of, like, a can of Campbell's beef stew with pie crust. And I'm not too far off in thinking that, but it's the taste and quality of that canned soup, or a canned stew, that is making me like think shepherd's pie is gross. Because that's the kind of meat and gravy I picture in a shepherd's pie. No crust, just layered like a pie and baked. Ah, I gotcha. Well, that's pretty interesting. I'm about to die of poisoning. Again! Literally, how... I was gonna say, how am I still fucking poisoned? With no sword! I feel like I'm supposed to pick something up off the ground that I missed. Alright, sorry, I got sidetracked with this game because I'm not doing great. So... let's, see, I don't know how I want to start this. Yeah, because I'm normally a person that, like, not really has a script in hand, but I have, like, an idea of what I want to say. Oh, did I finally get a sword? Yes! Let's eat some hardtack. And then I'll rock a sword. And then I gotta sit here and wait. Yeah, shepherd pie are usually like a potato top, aren't they? Ah, well... see, all that stuff sounds good. Like, meat, potatoes, and veggies. I can rock with that. I guess I just need to go try, like, a good quality shepherd's pie. Good quality casserole to change my mind. Oh, I'm healed. And I used to be a much pickier eater. Like, when I was younger, if a lot of things, a lot of smells, like there was a lot of strong food my family would make, and the strong scent, like the smell would give me headaches, like corned beef, sauerkraut, that kind of stuff for some reason always gave me headaches. And then I would never try the foods. And then I used to love fish. Then one day I had a Kid Cuisine fish stick TV dinner, and I just took a bite into a fish stick, and there's something about the texture and the taste, like it's a switch flipped in my brain, and I just could not eat fish after that. A Kid Cuisine took me out of eating fish, like actual animal fish. Hardtack, yeah, hardtack is a quality fish. See, I really like this game because at a certain point, you can like start autopsying dead animals for XP. You can drink a potion and it turns you to a cow or any animal. And then you can just walk around this world, and every time you type in the world chat, it comes up as like animal stuff. You could become a cow in this game. But yeah, I think it was like I bit into the fish stick and it was like not a skin, but like some kind of coating, maybe scales. It was probably scales. But like texture matters in food with me. Like it could be really delicious, but it feels really weird. Like when I bite into it, or it feels weird on the tongue. I'm not about that. Like I'm that way with like I'm that weird when it comes to eggs. Like I'll eat eggs if it's on something, in something, but I just don't eat eggs plain. I don't know why. Something about the texture. And then when I get psyched out about the texture, and then the taste for some reason makes me nauseous. So like when I would watch King Cobra videos, and like he would be like putting all these weird foods together, and it makes like the craziest texture in the world. Oh, that shit would gross me out so much. Oh, I just kicked that dude over the rock. Alright, I don't need a bone. I don't even know what I'm doing in this game. I'm just chatting with you guys. But growing up, man, I didn't realize it till I was older that my childhood kind of fucking sucked. Because I had the kind of family that would, like from my parents to grandparents, that would like disregard everything you said. Like if you had an opinion, a feeling, or an idea, it got brushed off, right? They would like brush it off to like, oh, you're just a kid, what do you know? And then they would try to like correct what, you know, what I'm saying. Like, oh no, you're blah, blah, blah this. And it's like, that's not what I'm saying. Or that's not what I'm talking about. Like, for example, I was a teenager. Everyone was a teenager. But I was like 13. And I was dating a girl for like months. It was like my first girlfriend ever, and there was a big thing where I got grounded from talking to this girl, and I freaked out on my folks. And my mom was like, "Why are you freaking out?" I was like, "Cause I love her. That's my girlfriend." And she was like, "You don't know love. You'll never understand love. You're too young." And I remember that really pissed me off, because it kind of set in my head like no one really knows what the other person's thinking or feeling, or even their intentions for real. And then when people try to tell me what I'm thinking or feeling, it sets me off. And at that point, like after like growing up and being disregarded for everything I said, like I just started being disregarded, or just being told what I actually think or feel, even though it's wrong, or something bad happened to me. My mom and dad would immediately turn around and be like, "Oh, you had some part to cause this yourself." And like they would just not listen to me. And so at a certain point when I grew up, if my parents ever said, "Oh yeah," like they tried to tell me something about my character, I would immediately change that aspect about me. I don't know, I wouldn't do it intentionally. It's just my brain was like, "Oh, you think I'm this? Well," and then immediately I'm different. And that it causes problems though, because I could be perfectly like, let's say I'm getting into politics and I'm like leaning like a Democratic, but the second someone tries like call out and say, "Oh, you're just a fucking Dem, all you do is," if someone tries to box me in, categorize me, or like talk down on an aspect about me and just make assumptions, I immediately just, like, if they call me like a fucking retarded Dem, or they just accuse me of something, I immediately I would immediately stop being a Democrat. I would stop whatever and just start doing the opposite. Just because in my brain it's instilled like, you don't really know me, you don't understand me, you don't know anything about me. I'm different. Everyone's different, but I'm like different. And then the second you think you have me nailed or you understand me, like, if you even try to point out basically try to point out something about me, that changes, is what I'm trying to say. And that happened because growing up I had a fucking retarded ass family. But to be fair, my dad was a drug addict, or is, but he wasn't in recovery till I was like 12 or 13. Alright, I'm going to start prepping the stuffing and get my portobello caps. Alright, brother. Like I said, this isn't really this is a radio. This is theRealm radio. Like I told you I was going to do. Yeah, being entirely dismissed, discarded. Yeah. That's why I act the way I do. Like, even if like I get one viewer on my stream, I treat it like I got an audience. Just because like the whole disregarding thing, like no one has to give me, I don't have to have a big audience to, be mindful of an audience, to talk to an audience, even if they're not all there. Like, I'm not going to just push that aside and act different for it. Just because I know what it's like to be disregarded. Like, you could be the only viewer to stream, and it can mean a lot to somebody. And the second the streamers just starts acting like it's not a deal, or is mad not more people are in the stream, it's like, yeah, you're disregarding the viewers that are there. I make sure I'm not that way. Like, you could tell, like, based off that story I told you, you can kind of understand a lot about me and my behavior because of that. Also, like, the whole being disregarded and stuff, like, kind of led to me, like, standing hard on my own morals and principles. Just because it's like, people would do the whole dismissing thing or, like, assumptions, and then, completely be, how do I say this without, like, they wouldn't stand on their own principles, without insulting anybody. Like, people just weren't about shit. They wasn't standing on what they were saying. They would start shit with me or point something out about me, but then be the same thing, but try to stand on a moral high ground. Just like, internet liberals and shit, pretending they're on a high ground, but not actually standing tall on principles, even in DMs. And that's something I do. Like, after I called out Ubisoft and like major companies on this channel, I don't mention them by name anymore. Just because I stand on that. Like, a company should die out or something should die off. Don't give it attention. Don't say its name. That's what I do. Just because I want to be different. and I don't like, I don't like the amount of people that don't stand on their shit. So I have to be an example, basically. Show people how to stand on shit. But it does make YouTube kind of shitty. Because it's like, oh, I can't talk about this, or say it by name. And people aren't going to understand what I'm saying if I start using their nickname. Pop Shrooms too. What up, G-Vamp? Actually, I haven't even hit my cart yet. Normally, I start vaping my weed when I start streaming, but I've learned over time that if I do it too soon, by 1 hour in, I'm ready to go to bed. And that makes for a shitty stream. But, yeah, I'm just in here talking about myself, completely forgetting what I'm doing in this game. I know this is a starting island. Oh, yeah. But, so what was I? Oh, yeah, I was just talking about myself. But yeah, I can't really, like, when I say, like, my parents sucked, they weren't bad. Like, they provided. It's just, like, the emotional, I needed a father, I needed a mother. I didn't need to be yelled at or disregarded or just, like, be melted down to what they, like, their image of me. Yeah, but my parents were like providers. They were good. They were there in my life, but they weren't there in my life, if that makes sense. So, because of that, like all that childhood and just being hard-headed and, not, like, I stay in my own lane, but I will also stay in my own lane on your side of the road, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm rocking with you, I may be completely different from you, but I'm with you. And because I wasn't getting that parental shit, and my dad just started getting sober when I started, like, at 12 years old. Because, yeah, he kind of started being absent, not part of my life. He was there, but not a part of it. And then he disappeared and came back. And then that's when I started experiencing drugs for the first time. Like, I was like 12, and I remember going to a dentist, and they gave me Vicodin. And from there, I took that Vicodin, all my anxieties, like my upsetness, my parents' treatment of me, just whatever I was lacking in life, it didn't matter. And that kind of opened the door for a lot of drug use. Not realizing there was a correlation. But also when I started becoming a teenager and like my dad started getting sober, I started looking for brotherhood. Like, I started looking for people that could be my family. I started hanging out with this like 20-something-year-old who lived in his parents' garage, but he was slanging big drugs and he had a lot of knowledge. So he became like my dad. And that kind of set up like for me being in the streets. I was a little suburban white boy lacking a lot of emotional stuff and shit. When I found a family in the streets, I was like, oh, I don't have to listen to my parents. I get to fuck around, make money, and party, and, do what I'm doing. Hell yeah. So at like 12, 13, 14, dude, I jumped in the streets. You would never know because I was such a goofy little fucking weirdo. But man, my childhood was weird. Algo demands dogfighting. Well, who's posting dogfighting? Or I might be missing something. I keep missing chat because I'm trying to remember what I'm doing in this game. Oh, actually, I shouldn't go in that dungeon. I need to fight things up here to get a better sword and to level up. But yeah, I don't know why I started bringing up I forgot why I brought up my childhood and my parents. But because of all that kind of led to me, my YouTube channel, like the Gamergate stuff. Because I take a hard stance against stuff, and I don't like being disregarded, and gamers are disregarded by games journalists and the media. Again, and that's what caused Gamergate 2 in the first place. Nah, but I like to tell stories, like, not a whole life story, because, like I said, when I jumped in the streets at 12, 13, from that point, this stream isn't, I don't have enough time in the world to really share all my stories. So I was kind of just picking and going. That wasn't really a wild story. That's kind of setting the groundwork. That story is setting the groundwork for me. Like, my character. I guess. And also, like, to add on to that, like, when I call someone like a homie or family or friend, obviously, like over the internet, like they are family to me. Like, people in my life that get close to me are seen as family because of the lack of actual like the feeling of family. Nowadays, me and my family are close. Like I like when I got sober, after a little bit of time getting sober, me and my dad got a place, and then now we're like close. We're not father son because we're too old for that, but he is, you know, he is who he should be for a 30-something-year-old. 30, I'm like 31, I think. Yeah, 31. Ooh, spoon. How are you, J-Dog? Mr. GBA. Alright, there we go. I need to get to level 10, actually. And I need to do that through fighting. Hey, there's my tombstone! The Sorcerer YT. Oh, it's a dead venom spider. Yeah, the combat and stuff in this game is boring at first. Only because you're low, it's an MMORPG, so you're low leveled and shit. But once you start getting like your skills and start getting a better defense and like better energy and shit like that, the combat in this game opens up. Plus, there's like a million skills in this game, and half of them are combat skills. Like, you can be a magic user, but your magic skill that you're using is psychology. Like, you could do psychological damage to somebody. It's fucking fun. Actually, sorry, I didn't mean to yell so loud. There is, dang, someone has, I need to figure out how to make pick-me-up juice. Alright, so there's a potion you can make early on that you can give to an NPC to cheer him up, and he gives me the psychology class, like the magic. That's better, right? I'm hanging in, just get well from a nasty, oh damn, that sucks, getting sick. I don't really ever, like, since, oh, this is not a wild story, but a story. I had, well, actually, let me continue my thought. I don't ever, like, I stopped getting sick when they removed my adenoids from, like, my tonsils and adenoids. Like, as soon as they remove that shit, I don't get sick like that anymore. And I used to get, like, crazy sick. And I learned that it was from my tonsils being so gigantic. When they get infected, they got it, like, they pretty much would die. Like, they would look like a zombie, like zombies' tonsils. But my whole life, I had these gigantic tonsils, like a big sack of nuts in the back of my throat. And no, like, I think it was the doctor that removes them. Everyone that had the authority to schedule surgery would always give some reason why my tonsils don't need to be removed. Like, they'd be like, oh, your tonsils are huge. We might need to remove those before it becomes an issue. And then they would just keep brushing it off and never actually scheduling me to remove it. Until I was 23. I was like, wait, no. Shit, it was like 10 years ago, basically. It was like 2013, and why are you running the fuck away, dude? There we go. Sorry, the game, there's something in the game that required my attention. But it was like 2013, I got mono. Alright, let me tell this story. So, I got a hold of a whole bunch of Adderall at that time. I have ADHD, so Adderall just, like, it literally zombifies me. And that's what the drug is meant for, to zombify people that have ADHD or ADD. But I would take these pills and get zombified. But I'd give them to someone and they would get hype. So I started, like, becoming the plug for Adderall. And one of my buddies was like, yeah, my dad just went out of town for, well, no, he moved out with, and this dude's dad moved in with his girlfriend and left his son at the house. His dad had money, so it was like, yeah, he could stay in the house by himself. This dude was living in a fucking 3-bedroom house in the east side of my city in the hood. And I got all this Adderall. I was like, dude, let's throw a party and then we sell Adderall. Chicks get it cheap, dudes pay full price. And we threw a party. And that same day that we was throwing the party, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my tongue pierced. So I did a walk-in appointment in the hood at a tattoo place, got my tongue pierced. And that same night, we invited so many chicks, and my homie was like, hey, I'm about to invite this one, like, just some random girl that hit him up on Snapchat, which happened to be a girl that I've been working on for a few years. Like, I didn't really see her often, so it wasn't like something I could actively pursue constantly. It was like, I'll see her every few months. We'd flirt, we'd hang out, and we would get trashed, and then she would pass out while we're trashed before anything happened. But he was like, oh, I'm bringing her over. And then he brought, like, oh God, we got in a little beef over that. But that's the whole him bringing a girl I was into is just a side note. But that night when we had the party, I went and got my tongue pierced and started, like, passing out Adderall to, like, 20-something people. And one of the people at the party had active beef and was posting on Snapchat that he was at a party, like literally posting his location. So while we're all a whole bunch of like just people, I'm not really trying to be in the streets or really got anything to worry about. We were at a party that gets fucking shot up because one of the dudes was into some smoke. But after the party gets shot up, the girls were all freaked out, and my homie who brought the girl I wanted to fuck, she was wigging out, so I handed her like an Adderall thing. It was like a capsule, so I don't know if it was actually Adderall, but it was ADHD meds. I gave her one, and for some reason, she got like real spun out. And this is like, alright, so anyway, she got spun out, and as she's spinning out, like, she was like, oh, I need to smoke weed. So she ended up pulling out an ounce of weed. Alright, so the house gets shot up. I'm on Adderall, I got my tongue pierced, and this girl that I wanted to fuck is with my friend, but she's now with me because I'm helping her calm down and I have drugs. And then in her panic, she pulls out an ounce of weed to split between like 23 heads and was like, we gotta smoke this, I need to calm down, my heart is hurting. So after getting shot, and everyone getting some Adderall, we smoke an ounce of weed. And we're all having a bad time because, like, the house got shot. We're all freaked out, worried and shit. Thinking the cops are about to come while we're, like, all basically under 21 drinking. And, like, out of nowhere, I just start, like... I'm not going to get into, like, the sex stuff. Alright. I'm not going to tell sex stories. But she came up, grabbed me, and started kissing me. And like grinding on me and shit. And my friend was talking to some other chick that he liked that didn't respond to him. And I'm making out with this fucking chick, and suddenly she starts like coughing in my face. Like, we're making out, she's fucked up, I'm fucked up. We're all like coming down from adrenaline rush because the house gets shot. And she starts coughing in my fucking mouth. And then my tongue starts hurting because it's a fresh piercing, and I don't know why it just started hurting when she started coughing on me. And after that, like, it's an anticlimactic ending to the party. But after that night of like making out with her and all that shit, I get fucking mono. Like, I've literally get fucking mono. Yeah. I think I posted somewhere else that there was more to the mono story. I just gave the TLDR. But yeah, like, the first party I've ever thrown in my life fucking gets shot up. And I make out with a girl that my friend brought over, and I get oh God, dude. That's the kind of life I was living though. Like, on drugs, literally that would be a regular weekend. Cooking time, carnitas, rice, beans, salsa, the whole restaurant. I'll be listening. Alright, have a good night, kitty. Thanks for stopping by anyways. And hopefully your dinner's really well. It sounds like your dinner's going to be good, so no need to wish success. But fucking have a good night. That dinner sounds amazing. Boo, that's so rotten. But yeah, so I get mono. Alright, so there's more to this story, by the way. It actually gets crazier. But that party story I told you, that's kind of like a regular thing. There wasn't always, there was rarely a shooting. But it happened. what happened, like what would happen more violence-wise, so there would be a fight and someone gets cut. That's basically it happened. Or they get really jumped. But after I got mono, I didn't have insurance. My family, we didn't make enough. I wasn't working enough to pay for like the surgery as I needed. But I started getting mono, and it actually fucked me up bad. Within a week, I forget what, I think it's like liver maybe, or something. One of your organs. Spleen, yeah, your spleen. So like my spleen was hurting, and my tonsils were super swollen, and I had fucking mono from either the girl or get my tongue pierced in the hood. But I got real sick, and as I got sick, I started going to hospitals, and the hospitals would diagnose me with strep. Like they would diagnose me with strep throat and tonsil, you know, and that's it. Not even tonsillitis, just strep throat. And it got to the point where after a month of being sick, unable to sleep well and eat, and my throat hurting, I went to a family doctor. And this Middle Eastern family doctor, well, he wasn't my family doctor, he just worked at the practice my family doctor exists at. And this fucker takes blood work, looks at my tonsils, and then like gives me another strep throat diagnosis and sends me along my way. But because he sent me along my way with like, okay, from the beginning, by the way, my first doctor visit, I started getting prescribed like opiates for the pain, because it was real bad pain. They seen the tonsils, how big they were, and just how bad I was struggling to like focus and talk. But this fucker prescribes me like liquid hydrocodone and sends me along my way. I'm a month in, basically like a month into this mono, and I'm like super duper, like real deal sick, starting to get strung out off this liquid medicine. And the fucking doctor said I had goddamn strep throat after telling him the ER said I had strep throat, and it's been a month. At that point, that should raise alarms, but again, going back to being disregarded, he kind of brushed me off like I'm just a stupid patient reading Google. And I waited a whole month. I was sick for 2 months. At the end of the second month, it got to the point where my tonsils were green and turning black. Oh, what is this? You have a special tuition about supernatural dangers. Oh, guys, I'm about to fight a boss. It's going to make my head big if I die. Yeah, but after the second month, I went to the ER for a third time, got another bottle of liquid painkiller, and this doctor sent me to a specialist. He's like, all I could tell you, it's either strep or something. Let's send you to a specialist. I finally went to a specialist 2 months since getting my tongue pierced. Or no, since getting coughed in my mouth. After 2 months of that, I go into a specialist, and within 2 minutes of seeing this specialist, he goes, yeah, we got to remove your tonsils tomorrow, or you will not live much longer. My tonsils were so bad, they were decaying, so a chance for infection in the blood and all that. And they were still swelling up bigger to where I couldn't breathe that well. Like, I really couldn't. And I'm a drug user, so my nose is fucked at the time because it's like always stuffed. Alright, I'm gonna fight this boss while I talk. I'm gonna die. I'm not doing any damage to this dude. Oh no. Alright, anyways. So, he says I'm gonna get my tonsils removed, or I can wait and get a tracheotomy. Like, get a voice box thing. Hey! Other players! Yeah! If I would have lost to this guy, he would have made my head big. And that dude's cursed with fire. Nice, better gear. What is this? So, ice staff. Unarmed level 10! All I have to do is fist fight, and I could get a staff that does fire damage. Sorry, I got really excited over that. Unequip. So yeah, so that I go home and I cried for hours because I spent 2 months being brushed aside, not neglected by my parents, but just neglected by the medical industry and fed opiates nonstop to deal with my issue. And after like the third visit, they finally sent me along my friggin' way, dude. And it still bothers me to this day. Like, I've already dealt with negligence, like growing up, being brushed aside and stuff. But being pushed away by doctors fucking broke me mentally. Because that's the people that I'm going in debt to save my life. I'm going in debt to so they can save my life. And they don't even give a shit to save my life. Like, that really fucked my head up. And then being on liquid, it was hydrocodone and oxycodone. I got the perks and the Vikes liquid. And I'm 2 months into that, like a binge of liquid, syrup, sickness and shit. You can imagine how bad my mental state was, just what was going on in my head. So I'm already a mentally messed up person. Like, I went my teenage years using drugs, going crazy and shit like that. I could tell more stories about that. But when I graduate high school, and right after I graduate, I'm going to die from tonsil issues. Like, my brain was fucked up, and I was doing all the drugs, so I was constantly high, and having all that mental shit, you know. It set for a bad time. Like, right after that, I crashed out. Like, when I say crashed out, like, I was in the streets, I was doing and selling drugs casually. I was binging, I was a binge user at the time. Like, I would wait till, like, every week or two, or sometimes it was, like, a couple days a week, I would get a hold of a stash of something, and I would do it all, but I would do it over, like, a couple day period. Then I'd take, like, a week break and then binge again. After being on that medicine for 2 months and finally get my tonsils removed, like, my nose cleared up, my throat felt like I could eat and drink easier and breathe and shit like that. I wouldn't even get into the recovery. That's a whole story in itself. This is long enough. This story I'm telling now is long enough. But like, when I say crashed out, I mean, as soon as I was able to go out in the streets and hang out with my friends, I immediately dove headfirst into the hard drugs. Just because, like, I didn't like the feeling of not having the medicine, and I couldn't correlate that too. Because, like, I finally started feeling better because I wasn't taking my meds. I had a little stash left away of the bottle, but, like, I was sobering up and I was getting this empty-headed space feeling. Like, if you ever been addicted to opiates, when you go without and have that craving, that addiction, you get this empty space feeling in your head. It feels like there's a pressure in your head, but that pressure is also, like, filled with emptiness. And you just have this sudden feeling like, I need to get something inside of me to help me feel different, to get rid of this feeling in my head. And then on top of that, I started getting, like, sweaty on my back randomly. Like, you'd get, like, just heat waves on your back. And that was all from the fucking drugs. Like, there was a lot more symptoms, but I couldn't correlate that with the excessive drug use because I'd never been on drugs for more than, like, a couple days at a time. I would never get strung out and sick. Fuck. I gotta look for something for this game. But yeah, like, when I crashed out by, like, just diving into drugs, and I started doing everything. Like, I remember I was doing meth and air duster, which, that was a fun time. The first time I did meth was the first time I did air duster. But, like, it wasn't satisfactory. Like, I got ounces of weed, smoked a whole ounce in a sitting. That didn't cure that feeling in my head. I took a sip of my liquid, like, oxycodone one day, like, after, like, dealing with his cravings and feeling even worse after the surgery. Like, I started drinking that oxycodone, and when I started feeling better and my head felt normal, something clicked in my brain, and it was like, oh yeah, this makes you feel good. And that was the start of, like, a real deal addiction. All because doctors would rather just brush me away and give me painkillers to just deal with me, instead of actually listening to me and getting the issue solved the second I bring it to them. All because of that. I was, like, kind of an addict. I told you guys already, like, you could see the signs of potential addiction there. Dad was an addict. I started using drugs when he started getting clean, and then me being strung out for 2 months and neglected and emotionally a wreck. Like, that pushed me straight into addiction. Like, it was hot. I was cold and then immediately hot. Like pouring gasoline on ice and setting it on fire. That's basically what happened to me. and diving head first. Like once that clicked, like, oh, do opiates? Like once that fucking clicked, man, that was it. That was a done deal. Like I would chase. I wouldn't be able to do like pills and shit every day, but like there was like 2-3 times a week I would do drugs, and then the times I wasn't like doing that, like the pills, I was smoking insane amounts of weed. But fucking doctor, man, just hey, here, take this, leave me alone. You got strep. Like that pisses me off. Like it makes me mad when I think about it. And that's kind of why I hate doctors in the pharmaceutical industry. Because, like, the same people that push out these opiates are going to be the same people that push you into rehab or runs, like, drug treatment programs or works for them. So, like, they really created an addict. Like, they literally created a customer for life. Or they tried to. Yeah, that's kind of like those two stories I told, like my childhood and shit. That kind of like is just the stuff I dealt with in life. But back then, it would, oh god, it would destroy me. Like I would have like crazy, insane, like, and I wasn't like depressed. Like when I say destroy me, I mean I would take it out on the world. I'd go rob someone and kick the shit out of them just because, like, oh, I feel like shit. The world's betrayed me. It's your turn, buddy. Yeah. How's that for a crazy story? But there's also less sad ones, too. Like, I think I told the story about first time I got shot at. It was over a girl. I've been in some shit. I've done some shit, too. Like, the drug, like, as you could tell, like, drugs have been an issue in my life and prevalent. So I've been around nothing but drug dealers and users and stuff. So like it was very easy for me to get wrapped up in some nonsense. Alright, I don't even know what I'm doing in this game, by the way. I'm just running around. Scroll. Alright. Oh my. Oh, alchemy book. That's what I'm looking for. Study. I can create parasol mushrooms. And pick me up juice. That's what I was talking about earlier. Alright, that's what I needed. Crafting. Pick me up juice. I need wata and parasol flakes. I can make 2. No, I just want 2. And then I need wata. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too. Like, also another reason why I hopped on YouTube was because it's like my being disregarded and pushed aside for so much. Like, I just now force my voice to be out there, and whether you want to hear it or not, you know, it's up to you. But I am going to speak. I am going to put myself out there. Like, I kind of became annoying because of, like, in high school I became really annoying because of the disregard, the ignore, like, whatever, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. Oh, I'm fighting the boss guy again. No! Alright, he didn't turn me into a big head. That's good. Get out of here. But I created the person, like, I would just say my thoughts and feelings, or my opinion, or, like, I would correct people even if they didn't want to hear it. If someone said something stupid, I would call it out. Just because I realized the average person isn't, like, just doesn't pick up on shit like that. Or they just ignore saying it. And then that's how people's bad habits, tendencies, and traits, once they go unchecked, they get worse. So I just start speaking my mind. I would just say some obscene and absurd shit to where you'd have to look at me. Like, I got the Cincinnati, Ohio FBI pulling up to my school, because of the reckless shit I was saying and talking. Like, I mean, I would really fight people and like be about what I was saying, but I would go beyond. Like, I told someone, I was like, you better get picked up from school, because you step off that bus, you getting shot. I remember I had police pulling up to my school over that, and then the FBI saying, because there was a substitute teacher that was like eavesdropping on everything that my table was saying. And once I started picking up on it, it's like, why are you listening to my shit, substitute? Mind your fucking business. I started saying that I was gonna butt fuck myself with an AK-47, and I was gonna juggle grenades in my hands like they were a nice set of balls. And she took that as he's gonna shoot up the school and he's gonna bomb it. And when the FBI came down here and I told him exactly what I said, and then my principal was like, yeah, he just says absurd shit. The FBI guy was like, if I have to come down here and talk to you again, you're getting 2 years minimum. I was like, for what? And he was like, for inducing panic and for pissing me off. And that didn't scare me straight, because the very next day I threatened to shoot a teacher. But yeah, I'm kind of a crazy person, because the truth be told, I didn't get attention when I needed it, and then when I got attention, I didn't want it, or it does nothing for me. So that's kind of like the story of my life. Hey, Red's left work. He quit work to come hang out here on the realm. Thank you, Red, for quitting your job for me. You're a good man. Nah, Kitty said you were busy. Well, how are you, dog? What you been up to, Red? I asked everyone else, so I gotta ask you. Yeah, everyone has, like, see, there's a lot of people that I know that when I tell them a story, they're like, man, that's crazy. That's like, not, I mean, it just takes a little bit of reflection or, awareness when things are happening. Everyone in this world has their own crazy stories. Maybe not to the extent of mine where, like, oh, I'm a suburban boy, but I got shot up over some drug shit, beef, like all that stuff. Like, not everyone is going to have something like that. But everyone has a crazy story. They just got to sit back and look at it at an outside perspective. Like, what is normal and average for you or not a big deal to you is probably life-altering, life-changing, life-ending for someone else. I mean, and that's the truth, because, like, all these Lolcows, everyone that gets fucked over on the internet, everyone has a different, like, level of, oh, that's not that bad, shut the fuck up, or, oh my god, we need to call the police for you. Like, everyone's going to have a different idea of what's serious or what's a big deal and what isn't. But, like, everyone has stories they can share like mine, is what I'm trying to say. And not everyone can also tell a story, or can remember details enough to share with people, or even want to share themselves. Alright, so 9. Oh man, I haven't been writing down the 6, 9, 1, 8, I think is what it is. So there's these obelisks in this game that I have to find, and they give me a number, and I have to, like, get the number in order. Shit. Well, yeah. I kind of have a brain fart and forgot what I was talking about. I know I was talking about something, but I was on the retrospective side of it. Whoa! That's shitty. But enough sad stuff. Let me tell you, so I mentioned before I was like I was chubby when I was younger. I would say I was fat when I was younger, to be truthful. I was fat when I was younger as a teenager. But I was 2 weeks before I was 13 years old, and I lost my virginity at 12. I was almost 13, but I was 12. And I remember when I got... Alright, so this is about to be super duper embarrassing, but that's the point of this stream, sharing shit like this. But the first time I had sex was with this girl. It was my first girlfriend. And soon, like, so to have sex, like, she wanted me to use a condom, and at that time I was barely coming, like, you know, like it wasn't like the childbirthing kind, but I was still, like, you know, I wasn't able to come like that. But she wanted me to wear a condom, but we were like 12. We were both 12, about to turn 13. And we were too young to really get a condom. Like, these places would literally make a big deal out of it if a minor went in. They'd be like, oh my God, you're having sex. And like, they would literally chastise you and give you a big speech about how you're ruining your life. So we decided to find an alternative solution to no condom. And guys, I used a sandwich bag as a condom. My first condom. Like, take that in. I used a fucking sandwich baggie as a condom the first time I had sex as a fat 12-year-old. I'm saying it like, it's funny. It's funny because it's ridiculous, but it's fucking bad. No one should be having sex that young. Ever. There's like no reason for it. They shouldn't even be thinking about having sex that young. But I did it because I also had this thing where it's like, because of the disregarding thing and shit like that, I always felt like I didn't deserve, or I wasn't a good enough child to deserve blah blah blah. I wasn't smart enough for this. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm never going to have a girlfriend. So the second I got a girlfriend, the second I had sex, I told everybody. I used a sandwich baggie, fuck this girl, and then called my best friend while she's still on top of me. I was like, hey, guess what? I was like, I had sex. And then I called the buddy that was like, he ended up becoming like, you know, he was like the super attractive person. And it was funny, I called him and he goes, what? What the fuck? You fucked before me? And then him being the popular guy, literally told everyone in the school. And that was kind of good for me. I just realized this dude is a short midget. I didn't change the slider. My character should be like where my hand is. It should be up to where my hand is. That's like a whole foot. I'm like 5'3". But yeah, like my friend told everybody. And all that did was get me bullied. I don't know how, but the wigger dudes, because I was like a real goth kid. Yeah, I was like goth. Because I was a goth dude, I got bullied for fucking before I was 13. Like, how does that make sense? This shit sucked. Alright, so... oh, I need to get water. I remember. I'm literally just running around this island telling you guys stories. Slowly doing these objectives. Alright, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to go get water. From a pond. Oh yeah. Where's a pond at? Oh yeah, down here. Ah, Spidey! I love how I can just kick him. Alright, I'm in water, inventory, right click, fill. I'm gonna punch this motherfucker to death. There we go. I need to level up my unarmed so I can use the staff. Alright, so in high school, I never really got along with my teachers, you know, like the whole thing where, I'm not saying everyone in my life was disregarding me, but like I had that kind of like chip on my shoulder, like I thought everyone was just like everyone else. But the bad people and the good people were all the same to me. But I was in school, so I wouldn't connect with teachers, but there was one teacher, and she was my science teacher, man. And in that class, she would let me like hold stuff there in her class. Like she'd open a drawer and let me drop in the video game or something. It came a certain point where I would stash my weed in video game cases and then just say, hey, can I leave this in your room? And she would let me. Like, I would use this chick's classroom as a, like, literally a stop-off point for my drugs, my weapons, whatever. Got your portobello caps prepped, stuffing made, clams set up to steam, and veggies prepped. Pretty much. Hey, there you go. Sounds like you're about to have a good din-din. Alright, I need to talk to this guy. I remember you, those Sorcerer. Oh, he misspelled the Sorcerer. That's interesting. Been listening but missed the last few minutes. Those mushrooms were frying kind of loud and oven preheating. Ah! Well, I was just talking about losing my virginity at 12 years old before, like, the more attractive and popular guys. And then I got bullied for fucking having sex first before anybody else in my school. Like, it's weird. Oh yeah, and then my science teacher let me stash drugs in her room. She didn't know what I was stashing. She was like, can I just put it in here? I don't trust my locker. Because lockers were getting broken. Well, we were breaking into lockers, but everyone else thought it was some gangbangers doing it. Can I read your books? Is there a way off the island? You can teach me how to teleport. Yeah, I got 4 friends and 2 family members coming. Should be. Oh, you about to have a good family dinner night. That's what we do in my family. Like, we always, like, just at least every couple weeks find a reason to bring family together. Oh shit! All right. I need to make pick-me-up juice. Craft. Now I just need another thing of water. Alright, so I'm gonna go cheer up this loser that I first encountered. Alright. What is going on here? Why is this spider running away? Armor potion. Sick! I like this MMO. It's nice and cozy. Like, it's one of those games where I could turn my brain off and play. Even if I don't know what I'm doing, I still enjoy what I'm doing. We do every Friday one way or another. Just tonight, got some friends in town I haven't seen for a while. So that's sick. A lot of my, like, the friends that I would still like to keep up with, keep in touch, are dead. Like, that kind of fucks with me. Like, having everyone that I called, like, a bro or homie dying in the last, like, 7 years. Remember, I'm, like, 31. The last 7 years, a majority, if not, like, all my close friends, but, like, 3 out of 20 are dead. From being murdered, from fucking drugs. Mainly drugs. Suicide. For some reason, a lot of suicides. Like, I'd say about 4. That's a lot. More than 1. Like, none is the perfect amount. 1 is too many. But 4, that's a lot. But, yeah. Lost a lot of my friends. And it sucks because, like, those are the people that I would want around. They would be so... You guys would love them. They would have jumped on calls with me. They would be on this channel. Like, I wouldn't be called the Sorcerer. This would be like a group channel. But... yeah, it is what it is. You gotta keep in touch with your friends if you can. The ones that are good for your life. There's been a few of my friends that I found out in recent years that were pushed out the back of a vehicle when they were overdosing. Basically murdered. Like, that's like a kick in the balls, you know? But I can't be too upset with it because... you know, this is a story I could tell, so let's get into the dark. So I said I was a drug addict, drug dealer, drug addict in the streets, affiliated with some people, into some bullshit. Well, we would ride around in like an Oldsmobile or some kind of old shit heap. And we would ride like 3-4 deep. And we never really liked to ride with pistols unless we were like dealing drugs or making big purchases. But we'd keep like knives, bats, brass knuckles in the car and shit. But I remember one day, we were like going to pick up Xanax in Cincinnati. And Xanax, these Xanax weren't real Xanax. They were pressed from the the dark web. And they were $1 a piece. I remember my buddy, not being a benzo dude or an opiate guy, he was like, oh, let me take a pill. And you know, at the time we thought they were all Xanax, so it's like, even if the Xanax is too much for him, all it's going to do is make him black out. You know, it's going to make him pass out. He's going to sleep. He might steal something, but he's going to sleep. That's the worst thing that's going to happen on Xanax. Which, I don't know why anybody does benzos. Like, there's no euphoria to it. It's just 1 second you're okay, the next second you're either a slow retard or you don't know what happens and you ruined your life. Like, Xanax are not worth it. Like, Xanax, I've woken up in bed with different women before, and it's women that kind of like traumatized me. Like, I fucked you? You're the one in bed? Like, shit like that. And also, every person I know that is really into Xanax always crash their vehicles because they were on Xanax. But anyways, like, so my buddy was like, oh yeah, let me take a pill. And another friend of mine that was driving hands him one, a whole pressed Xanax bar. And my friend takes it, he pops it, no issues. And things went wrong. It wasn't real Xanax. This is the beginning of the days of fentanyl, where you can go to the dark web and buy it for like $50 a jar, or like a liquid vial of fentanyl. For a little bit more, you can get the powder form, but the powder form was safer to use. Liquid form, you would have to powder it yourself, or just do raw, like straight liquid. But you couldn't do too much of that shit. But yeah, so he pops the Xanax, and like an hour later, he stops becoming responsive. And we had this rule when it came to using drugs. Like, if you started nodding out backwards, like, you know, you lean back to nod out, we always assumed people were dying or they were going to hit their head. Because anybody that's ever passed out going backwards always hits their head. Well, not hits their head, but are always overdosing with us. And we didn't have any Narcan. And this guy just happened to be the dickhead of the group. At least, this is the general sentiment. I didn't think this. Everyone was on equal level with me. But to the other friends in the group, this guy was annoying. So instead of like going out of our way to find him Narcan, I was in the car, so I say we pushed him. We pushed our other friend that was non-responsive, passing out a little bit too hard off the pressed Xanax bar. We pushed him out the car in an alley. And luckily, he wasn't out there long by himself, puking and barely breathing. Because, you know, he was out there in an alley and some old person drove by, seen him, and stopped and saved his life. But we pushed him out the car, and that's kind of... it's shitty to do, and it's horrible. But as an addict, when it's happening, your only thought is, I don't want to go to jail. We gotta separate from them. And that was kind of like what everyone does. That's why everyone like gets caught up when their friend overdoses and they leave them behind, because you left your friend to die. And the law in our state is that, like, if it's like the Good Samaritan law. So if you call the ambo on your friend that's overdosing next to you, you're not going to get charged for drug use or anything. You will if you run away, lie about it, and don't call it in, and you're found out. You know what I mean? What's up, Mr. Man? Kitty, I don't think she's still here. She said she was cooking for Red, or cooking, you know, in general. And then not long later, Red showed up. But yeah, we pushed our friend in the car, out the car, and after that, all the people in the vehicle cut that dude off. I don't know why, but the guy survived, thankfully. But most people don't. Like, if you heard about someone being found in an alley overdosed, and chances are they were either with their friends and got pushed out, or they were by themselves and fell out. But yeah, like, I've been a part of the pushing out thing, and like I said, there is a chance that the deaths you hear about that are found like just out in public somewhere, there's a chance that someone left them there and took their drugs, or just straight up left them there and cut them off, or, you know, And that's shitty, because I consider that murder. Your hands was on them last. You had to remove them from wherever you guys were, and then they died. It's murder. And we always murdered a friend. He's not. He didn't live much longer after that. Like, he fell in. Like, this dude that doesn't do drugs, really, first time does Xanax, falls out, and then like within a year dies from fentanyl overdose. But yeah, that kind of story is way too regular in an epidemic city. Like, I was in the my city was top 50. It was in the top 15 not long ago, within the last 10 years. Just to, be vague. And prohibition, I believe. And you know what? The war on drugs. Some of the drugs need to have a war. Yeah, like, because of the war on drugs and stuff, people die because their friends don't want to go to jail. Same thing with gangbanging and shooting. A lot of people get shot, could survive, but they don't get taken to the hospital immediately because the dude driving the vehicle has to get rid of the evidence. Not really realizing you could just drop someone off and leave. Cops aren't going to check your vehicle while you're dropping someone off. Alright. You need anything else? Good to know. Alright, now can I read the textbook? Bam! So I said earlier I can learn psychology and use it as a magic skill. I just right click right here, and then I can change skill to psychology. And that does magic damage. Yeah. By the way, when I tell all these stories, like, I'm not telling these in like a way where it's like, oh, poor me, pity me, or like, oh, I'm so sad. This is just me getting out there because I hold on to it and punish myself with these memories and stuff. Like, oh, you're such a shitty human being. You've been through all this. You deserve to go through all this shit because you suck. And then when I release it and when I release it out there, like when I tell my story to someone and laugh at it, it's kind of like moving on. Like, all right, I'm done thinking about you. When it comes to the bad memories. They're more likely for a shooting than OD, but yeah, never had any follow-up from those. Yeah, well, in the few instances I was either like around or, that's all I'm going to say. What happened is we go to the ER, and if they're not like shot to shit and can walk, they walk in themselves. And if they're shot to shit and can't get out, what we do is on the way there, whoever can hide the guns or carry the guns gets dropped. Like, they get out the car. They get out the car and just get an Uber or something with the guns, or with the gun. Yeah, and then you go drop them off and leave, and then the cops aren't going to be like, oh, hey, let me check your vehicle first. If they say anything, you just say, we heard a shooting, and then we came around the corner, and he was on the ground, so we picked him up and brought him here. That usually works. But it may not. Alright, so I gave that guy pick-me-up juice. I learnt psychology. Now I'm working towards getting off this island. I'm talking like follow up with whatever. Oh yeah, I see. Car that they see pulled up. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But after you drop the person off, you're going to be able to get rid of it anyways. Unless you're saying like the cops like check your car, then pull you over right after you drop that person off. Then yeah, I think that it probably happens. All right, where's the dungeon? Right down here. Actually, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna pull up something. I'm gonna pull up a YouTube video so I can go to the bathroom. But what would be a good vid? First I should mute. And then... Oh yeah, hold on. Elder Scrolls meme. Oh, here we go. Hopefully I don't get duped for this.
By Bethesda.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back and stealing Joel Haver's content real quick.
Are you not listening? Just like an Imperial not to listen. Imperials especially don't listen.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right.
Emperor, you said this yesterday.
I don't think so.
You did this morning too, yeah.
Oh. No.
Sir, should we keep moving?
Yes, I suppose.
Great. Right this way.
My sons are dead.
What?
My sons are dead.
Oh.
I can feel it.
I didn't know that. Prisoner, stand by the window. We're coming in.
You. I've seen you.
Just a moment, sir.
Actually, stand by the corner.
You are the one from my dreams.
Just let me open the door, sir.
Could you actually go to that nook? There's like a nook area. Go stand there.
God's given me strength.
1 second, sir. Ah, here we go.
You. I've seen you. You are the one from my dreams. You must take this amulet.
What? No.
That's the amulet of kings, sir. You can't just give it away to some random guy.
Yeah.
But he is the one from my dreams. They cannot understand why I trust you. You must bring the amulet to Joffrey.
Why?
Yeah, why don't we just bring it to him?
The hour of my death is upon me.
What?
I am not long for this world.
Don't say stuff like that. What? Stop.
Sir, let's keep moving. Yes, let's go this way.
Just so you know, I would have said a mean thing no matter what race you are. I hate them all. This is why no one likes you, Valen. You target the race. It's not a good look. He's going to think you're ignorant forever.
I can go no further. You must take this. An attempt will be made on my life. You will not be able to stop my assassins. There won't even be a small window of time in which you could easily step up and defeat them. No, this is what I have a child.
Oh.
A son.
Oh.
His father will be dead soon.
You saved him.
My journey ends here.
Very well.
You must go now.
Glad to see you're all right.
Find my son and close shut the jaws of oblivion. Yes. Yes, this too was in my dreams. Trees, rocks, and the water. I will assuredly be dead soon. A gruesome death. I've seen you. You are the one from my dreams.
I bet you say that to every girl.
I go now to my grave. A tongue shriller than all music calls to me.
You've brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it. By the Nine, that is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
You. I've seen your face. You are the one from my dreams. It was one of those dreams where I was back in high school.
Back.
Even though I was already done with high school, and I had to finish an assignment.
Oh, that took 4 minutes, my bad.
Here. Take this amulet to Joffrey. You'll know what to do.
But I am Joffrey.
Then it is in good hands. Find my heir, and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
I just love how he's just a crazy man that repeats that shit over and over again.
Your face.
Only fire alarm related shit I've had the misfortune of being around was way the fuck out of nowhere. Thankfully, I never lived in an actual city. Can't do cities. I gotcha. I'm a city boy, but I don't like being downtown because I can't afford it. I also don't like being in the projects. So what I do is I stay on the border. Actually, I used to stay on the border of the suburbs and the hood. And then I moved out to be on the border, like, in between two suburbs. Which is still, like, close to the city I'm in, or a bit, like, lived around. But it's far enough away where all the crimes that happens are just, like, the standard suburb shit. Once in a while, you get some crazy violence, but I don't ever witness it. Last time some shooting shit happened near me was 2018. A cop killed someone in the apartment that my mom now stays in on the other side of the complex. And it happened on my birthday, which is pretty nuts. I don't know the details. I just know a dude was hitting his girl. And he had a gun in his hand. Her face was all broken in and shit, I guess. And the cops walked in the door because the door was open. And they said, freeze, get her, shit. Freeze, get the fuck on the... They said, freeze, get your hands off her, and then instead of getting her, get your hands off her, he pulled up, he rose his gun. He had a gun in his hand, and he pointed it at the cops, but before he was able to aim it for real, they killed his ass. But yeah. Firearm stuff doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the excessive use of it that people will do. When they decide to snap and do violence, they go too far with their gun. It's you can't just shoot somebody and then leave it at that. You gotta fucking fry them. Make their family, traumatized because you shot someone 20 times over some road rage or because he made you feel stupid. Oh, fuck Philly. I used to spend some time in Philly. Yeah. Well, see, I don't live in one of those major cities or a lib city. I live in a city that's either ran by Republicans or either ran by vocal Republicans or Republicans that are in hiding, private Republicans. Thankfully. Man. Well, I kind of ran out of steam. I took that pee break and I completely forgot. Lost my flow and concentration. But I like doing this. Just sharing stories and riffing. Not really riffing. I haven't riffed yet. Because, I'm just sharing about me. But I think I might call this stream now. 5. Oh, damn! I forgot I started at 5:30. That's not bad. Hour and a half. Well, when I say firearms, I don't mean I mean people carrying brandishing weapons, holding out weapons and stuff is what I meant. Not the typical gun ownership or going to a range or hunting. But all the non-safe gun stuff. I unless the guy's aiming a gun at me, I don't get bothered by a gun being out. Even when people are doing violence, because it's I'm not involved in that world. It can't be to me. I don't got nothing worth stealing. I don't get in beef worth killing me over. Or I don't even get engaged in anybody to piss them off, really. Yeah. I think I'm going to hop off here and eat some dinner. This has been a good stream. I like chatting with you guys. And it feels better to, chat about shit that I know. Instead of trying to put together an entertaining stream about gaming and then it getting derailed because I'm yammering on. Yeah. This was the first of many. What did I call this stream? The Realm Radio. Yeah. There's going to be many more The Realm Radio episodes coming out. I'm going to start scheduling them on a regular basis. But I had fun talking to you guys. I know I didn't cover gaming or Lolcows. But it was cool covering what we did. Because I feel like you guys can understand me better. And it's not about, yeah, actually, you guys need to understand me. You guys don't know funny. You guys don't know true prowess. I don't know prowess of what, but you guys don't know. I am the GOAT. Right on, man. Thanks. Good background for a while I was doing. Yeah. I feel like this is a good background. And I didn't want to like have like a video focused stream because, you know, not everyone has the time to sit down and watch. And not everyone wants to sit down and like listen to someone play a game. So I get it. But alright, I need to stop playing. Alright, so thanks for coming by, everyone. Thanks for listening to me share my life and tell some stories. I got, as you could tell, I jumped a lot in what I was sharing because there's so much to share. I can't just go in order. But hey, if you guys have any stream topics or things you want to see me talk about, hit me up, send it to me on Zitter at the Sorcerer, _Sorcerer, capital Y, capital T, or hit me up on Discord. I'm the Messiah. I'm the gang leader. Like, it's so funny that 1 minute Tyree's the gang leader, and the next minute he's like a just person that's out for, you know, like 1 minute he's the gang leader, and the next minute he's like something that's not, you know, the anti-gang leader. But anyways, thanks for coming by. You know what? I got some music. Let's play some music. There are constant Sneed snipes going on. This shit is at an all-time low lately. I gotta look into Sneed. It's been a long time since I followed Tyree Sneed. It's just the issue with Tyree Sneed is like you can only take him in short bits sparingly. But I'm gonna look into Tyree Sneed. It's not like, from what you're saying, it sounds like there's at least something interesting to catch up with. But yeah. What do I got here? King Cobra, JFS, Gang Life. Alright. You know what, we're going to do a classic. I'm going to play it out with a GTA 2 theme song. Also, I got a new video on my channel. It's about Dungeon Stalkers, which is a free-to-play online RPG with PvP mode and PvE modes. It's pretty sick. It's a fun game. It's a 20-minute video. Check it out on the channel. I got more stuff coming. That's it for the Realm Radio. Thanks for hearing me talk about my life. Stay safe. Lobster, Kitty, J-Dog, Tree Master Bob whenever he catches this. And yeah, everyone was at Lobster. Mr. Metal Skull. I haven't seen you pop in here for a while. But yeah, everyone that's come by. For some reason, I'm forgetting your names while reading them. I am Mr. Man, you too. Thanks for coming by, everyone. Have a good evening. Enjoy GTA 2 Radio while I eat dinner.
Soul making, sound shaking.